Cruncho.
Okay.
Crunch away. Let's do it.
Okay, say less.
Oh, what is going on, you guys? And welcome to another week of our Shattered Throne campaign. I am so excited to be here. We're watching the Texans Lions game. We got a bunch of Lions fans in here. I'm repping my Texans battle red. So shout out Texans. Hopefully I don't regret that later on when the Lions end up beating us. But shout out. And we're super excited to get to episode 11. Wow. 11 already. It's pretty exciting. So if you guys want to introduce yourself, and then I'll give a little recap of what happened.
Hi, I am Mojo, and I play Shonen Gold, a human barbarian man who was flung into a wall last episode, and he's feeling it right now. I can tell you that. So that's Show.
Feeling it. Senior tie dogs.
All right, so me, I am Textalion, and I play Ty Dox, a gnome artificer, and yeah, he's gonna be struggling with some things as we walk out of this temple.
I'm Captain Squirt, skirting away from the danger on my little dragon turtle.
Skirt.
Oh, skirt.
And we finally got Raven.
Sorry, my headphones are being weird. I am Fritos. I play Raven, the druid bartender, and this is the most excited I've been about leveling up as this character. So
Nice. I forgot you guys all leveled up.
That's true.
It's in the recap, but we'll talk about it in a second. But
I don't even know if I finished picking out my spells. I think I did. But yeah, speaking of, I'm Zorpheus. I play Jared. I might be a little drunk.
we love it. We love it.
Spicy Zorpheus.
It is the day before Veterans Day, and we have our dear veterans. We have a couple of them in our party. One of them being Delta, sponsored by Manscaped. I found out that that's a legit thing. And he plays Darkgnaw. He'll be out today. But my name is Matty Ice. I get to be your humble dungeon master as I am super excited to get started. And before we get started, let's do a little recap of the last actually 3 sessions as we spent that entire time in the Lost Temple of Mimir. As we walked through different trials, we walked through a lot of different things. We actually walked through some highs, some paradise, some moments of joy and blissful, the season of bliss, and then we walked through some lows as we lost our dear friend Ranman. Then we gained 2 new allies and 2 new members of our team now, with Darkgnaw and now Jared, who have joined us on them. Can we trust them? We'll find out as we continue to adventure together. Our friends then went through some more trials in this dungeon as they went through the trial of courage, as they dealt with some of their biggest fears in this world. They then had a kind of cool boss fight, kind of something I just made up and had a fun idea with, and if it was cool, I liked it. I liked it when I went and watched it again. So shout out me.
Shout out me.
Shout out me.
Pat myself
like
on
it?
the back here.
That was cool. And then they
Comment,
finished.
Jared, if you liked it.
Yeah, comment, share. Please tell me you liked it because that was cool, in my opinion. May not have been fully game mechanics for you nerds, but it was a lot of fun. And so we had a little mirror match fighting amongst each other, where Captain Ert, both for the enemies and for his teammates, happened to be the MVP as far as damage goes on dealing and taking.
Heck yeah, brother.
And then
Keeping her toes.
My heart.
we finished
With a great
the
sword.
last of the temple in the trial of power as we got to come face to face with what killed our dear friend Ranman. A shadow monster of sorts.
Liquid.
that water, water was, you know, everyone's biggest fear in this world is acidic water. Um,
It was
and so
ours.
it was yours for sure. We had an incredible boss fight where the killing blow came from Captain Ert as well, with an amazing triumphant stab to the head. After show, as mentioned earlier, got thrown into a wall and nearly killed. As our adventurers continue to lick up their wounds and heal at the end of this, they found a magic artifact. Uh, and because of that, they all leveled up. So we started this session in the newly acquired level 5, right? So a lot of them, it's a huge upgrade for them. So we're really excited to see what they're doing. At the end of the session, they tamed and fell in love with a baby dragon turtle that just so happens to fit all of them forward.
He's
And
so baby.
as they blew the whistle, they appear in the middle of the Lake of Tranquility. As you guys look around, you notice that the island has disappeared once again. You guys are all on the back of this turtle, wondering which direction to go. And this is where I will have you guys start. You guys on the back of the turtle just dealt with a lot of stuff. We've talked about it before, but where do we go from here? What's
Oh
the
my
area?
god, I don't know about you guys, but after that nice long adventure, I could definitely go for a nice cold one.
I mean, I basically got a nap in between there, so it was short for me.
When did you get a nap? The
Well,
logistics don't make any sense.
I did the one trial, and then all of a sudden I woke up on a table, trapped, and there's the giant mech suit looking thing.
Was that you, Tydox? Were you the giant mech suits?
Um, no, that was not me. That
Little bit
you
bigger.
remember that we were fighting the Bubba was possessed and they were trying to resurrect Mimir?
Ah, yeah,
You
that poor fella.
you remember any of that?
Yeah, he took
No.
one too many hits, that poor guy.
You did have a fantastic finisher on that, man. I will say that was a real all or nothing desperate situation you had.
Yeah, you're right. It was pretty cool, wasn't it?
Show
I don't know.
just climbs off of the dragon turtle and plunges into the lake. He's just like, I'll swim from here. Goodbye.
You see, as you jump out, the dragon turtle kind of caresses you into its little like.
Get over here.
You can't get too far away from him, but you are in a safe like.
Show's fine with it. He's just like I feel like next to his foot.
Yeah,
So just laying down.
He's like, oh, actually, this water soothes my fucking broken bones.
Yeah, absolutely. So you did take a beating last time.
Yeah, I got
I
healed
think
up
Tydox is a little like show. You really gotta stop jumping just into water. It doesn't seem like it's worked out well. You okay?
I was like, we're good. I was like, our buddy's got me now, and Shell pats him on his like little flipper. And he's just like, "What's your name, guy?" And he's staring, because I imagine he can't talk, but Show's like, "Okay."
Yeah, you see him try to communicate what amounts to some sort of language. The only person that kind of understands him, I believe, is Captain Earth.
Show doesn't even want to go with that line of questioning. He's just like, "Okay, it's okay."
Yeah,
He just pats him.
as he talks to you in a full language of seemingly unknown noises and sounds, Captain Earth, you do hear what amounts to English for you.
I speak in Beluga.
You hear him say that, he actually doesn't have a name, or a name that's been lost in generations. So you can call me whatever you want.
And
what he
then
says
I'll relay
to
the-
Captain
I'll
Earth, basically.
party. I'll say, so it looks like our little dragon turtle fella here doesn't have a name. Well, don't worry, little dragon fella. We'll get you one. We'll find something
Are
that
you-
suits you just right.
Are you sure he's a fella? What if it's a girl? You boy or girl?
What do you see down there, show? Take a look.
I'm not gonna look. It's disrespectful. My mama
It-
taught me better than that.
I guess the only one to find out. What are you?
he nods his head and looks at you, Show, and tells you he's a boy. Again, you don't understand what he's saying, but or you hear that he says that he's a boy. At least he's been a boy his whole life. Dragon Turtles is a little weird because gender is kind of, you know.
Oh, you're
not a
gender
thing.
fluid. I get it. I get you.
Yeah,
Gender is a
Water.
concept.
We
gender's a
those in our party.
construct.
Trying
Absolutely.
to keep the turtle down.
Let's get roll initiative.
He's the third gender.
Well, I don't know about you guys, but I think first thing we should do is let's just get off the lake, find a place to rest, and then we can kind of go from there. So,
Whoa, whoa,
guys
whoa, whoa. Are we taking this bloke with us? Who's this cleric dude? I still
Yes.
don't know.
Oh, so you listened to Raven when he asked for one.
No, just
It's all
doing
about-
that. Like,
If he doesn't listen to me, he doesn't get booze. So.
exactly. What do you have to offer, show? Not booze.
Apparently.
Only sass is what I get out of you.
Got him.
Show in too much pain is not resisting the urge to climb back up into the turtle to push Captain Earth into the water, but he just is chilling now.
So Gerald, what's your story?
Gerald the Riffy.
Sure. He'll just take that. He's used to people not remembering his name. But yeah, I have been sent by High Priest Joseph to accompany you in your quest
And
and
why do you
ensure that
go ahead?
just to ensure that you're on task in retrieving the relics and that you don't cause any problems.
What do you think? We just pick random directions around here and just go where we want?
Well,
That's actually, I think we should kind of decide what we should do with that. Which way is this turtle swimming?
the turtle has
He's a...
sat. He's just basically chilling in the water, waiting for direction to go.
Oh, he's not in the air? Does he fly?
Yeah.
It's a
He,
water
he-
turtle.
he can
Ground
climb
turtle?
on, assumingly he's a turtle, so you would understand that he can move very swiftly in the water, and he can also move on the ground as well. A little slower, to be honest.
Can I
but
ask him? I'm gonna ask Dragon Turtle if he flies.
He looks at you while you're on his back, and you see him like kind of poke his head out and turn to you, and says, "No."
No.
no.
I didn't need to speak dragon turtle to know that. Didn't think that was funny.
But yeah, he's just kind of waiting.
Guys.
He's waiting in the water, and he's looking actually at Captain Earth to kind of make the decision of like, because he's the only one that really understands him.
And he can tell him the captain.
Show swims around to the dragon turtle and like takes him by the face, and he's just like, it might look like he knows what he's doing, but he doesn't know what to do anything. So just take everything you say. He says with a grain of salt. Like if you know where to go, you can just take us there. Take us to the shore. It's fine.
Okay. And so you tell him, he nods his head, and he scoops you into his like bosom, and you see him jet, at Mach speeds basically, to the shore. I'm gonna roll a D4, and we'll pick which direction he goes.
West.
You
Well.
said,
Go wherever he feels like.
you
West.
said
I
go
believe it.
to shore.
I said go
Yeah.
to shore.
All right.
I don't care where
Alright.
he goes.
He goes
West.
to.
Can I make a roll to
He
see
does go west.
Are you going to tell us which way he
We
goes?
don't
Oh,
I just
fuck. Oh,
want y'all to know we don't have to get off the turtle. So we're going to shore. We're getting closer to land.
On the west,
He-
though.
west.
As you guys continue to go, you see that the turtle, you see in the distance, you see pink, crimson, or cherry wood, basically, in the area. So you see one that could have went entirely different directions. The south or east would have been miserable places to be.
We
North
should go
would
there.
have also been
didn't
bad.
Isn't that east from the
Mm-hmm.
He said
Temple of-
east.
Mimir? I thought he said west. I thought you said he
He
took
said
us
west.
west.
He went
It's-
to the right. I did it north. Oh, he
Yeah.
went that way. It's a
Yeah,
2
it's-
on my thing. So
What?
Okay, because
Whack.
if you went west, we're in the fucking Crimson Wood.
I want to do that.
We don't
is
want to do that.
Why not?
No.
We don't have to get off the turtle. We're just in the
We
lake.
can tell the turtle to change
Actually-
directions.
as you guys go,
We're just gonna
Turtle
ping pong
then
back and forth on the
go
lake. Just
closest to the thing. As he goes, you notice the red of the wood. You see that the wood is a horrifying looking area. You see that there is dead things that are walking. You see that there is, smoldering heat in this area. You can hear the screams of, horror, the shrieking, terrifying factor of what amounts to the Crimson Woods. As you get closer and closer and closer to shore, the screams get louder. They begin to pierce your ears and your heart. It is
Turn
a
around.
it's a truly miserable, miserable place that you can certainly go to if you want.
Can we?
Show's
Roll
like,
for
Well.
initiative.
Show's like,
Certainly go.
we need this shore. Like, let's go to a nice place.
Can I roll a history to see if I know where we are, or a
Yeah.
history or an investigation? Doesn't matter which one.
Either way, I'll tell you whatever you roll. I'll tell you the information based on.
Since I wanted, can I
Okay.
same thing because I've a lot in my days as a mercenary.
You're
think we
breaking
should-
in and out really bad.
Brother,
Yes, but I bet we are both. Because Urton. Well, now we can't hear what I'm saying. I'm gonna roll a history to see what I can remember from this place, and I got a 19.
I'll let I just pulled up Brandon's freaking thing.
Oh,
R.I.P.
All right. Wicked, what did you want to do?
oh I don't. I know I was a mercenary. I wasn't sure if I would have been in the Crimson Woods at all, in any of my times.
You can roll.
Wanted to see if I've.
It does not look familiar to you for sure, but the shrieking
Because my
and the
roll reflects
horror,
that.
My brain-
I rolled a 7 total.
So you aren't familiar with this place. With a 7, though, you do remember that the doctor Elizabeth from the clinic. You do remember that she said that this was a horrifying place to be, and that there was a lot of monsters in.
Good.
With a 5, you do remember this place
it's
is
something about.
pretty terrible to be.
Something
Is
about all
it
the screams
definitely-
of death tell me that this is a bad place to be.
So definitely go there.
Tydox, you remember that in this Crimson that there is a Mount Ignis, that there is a volcano mountain range structure here. From what you know with a 19, from like everything that you've understood about this mission and everything else, there's a very real possibility that there could be a magic item, a magic artifact there.
Mhm.
You can see it in the distance even, you can see that this almost erupting volcano will probably be a place that you guys certainly should go at some point. As
Not
the
today.
screams, as the screams and the horrors, you hear the crows you see them begin to pile along the trees as they look. These crows, you're like, oh, from what you know about crows, they're kind of tiny. You're like, oh, like they're regular size. Um, for some reason, you guys are still a pretty far distance away before getting to the shore. These crows, you're like, oh, yeah, they're like a normal size crow. But then you, being an intellectual, realize that those crows are fucking massive. Because of the distance that is between you two, those crows are anywhere from 20 to 30 feet tall.
They're just like birds and Caled.
Yeah, that's exactly the vibe we got.
that is the vibe of this place for sure.
So Show, I think, pops back up, like climbs up the turtle, and he's just like, okay, maybe I rushed ahead a little bit, saying let's go to the closest shore. Where was Dr. Elizabeth from? Nesting Grounds Crossing? You know what Nesting Ground Crossing is, Turtle?
It looks at you blankly, but
I think it was where you were born, maybe.
It says,
Maybe.
it
Can't
says,
say for
yeah,
sure.
that makes sense. Sure. And you see him nod and continue to go back as.
I was thinking maybe we go back to
wait.
Dr. Elizabeth and
But what-
maybe resettle for a second.
Does my
Before-
crystal ball do anything?
Before we go there, I think this is one of the places we will have to get eventually. Do you have and I see you pulling it out.
He pulls it out.
Yeah, yeah.
He does see that it glows very faintly and pulsates, that there is a magic item somewhat in the vicinity, but that could be very arbitrary.
Based from what we've learned, I bet that there's something in that mountain that we need to get. I also remember that everyone we've encountered has told us not to go here. I feel like we should either try to go north, because I believe were you from Groggenheim?
Yes, I am from Groggenheim. My last memory of me waking up was me waking up in Groggenheim, where became a mercenary, actually.
A solid another 19 roll for the history. So I'm just gonna add a little bit. I believe if we went north from about right here, we might get to Strongjaw Mountain-ish area. I was also around the Groggenheim area, so if that's somewhere we would like to go, or like what Show said, we could probably double back and see if we can, recuperate before going into unknown wilds again.
At the very least, I do know of a good place where we can all rest for the day in Groggenheim. It's actually
Aren't we
too far north. What?
aren't we at war with Goggenheim though right now?
Well, we are us personally are just regularly fucked in all situations. So honestly,
Yes, you are.
Hey,
At war and also
Gerard,
fucked.
where do you think we should go?
Well, you guys might be fine at Groggenheim. I'm not sure I would be very welcome there, being a cleric of the Church of Elysium. Was that the country?
Yeah, Elysium.
Of Elysium.
Goggenheim it is.
No. Listen here.
Raymond's like, I don't fucking trust you.
We'll find out.
And I would say, yeah.
I'm not gonna kill you myself, but I won't,
But I won't tell other people. The other thing I will say too is we do have our very own that can probably fix some of our robes and uniforms. That way we can blend in a little bit better in Groggenheim.
Oh.
I could easily manage that.
Exactly. And I must say, the ale there is pretty fine.
Well, it looks like to the north there's a lot of trees, and that aren't red and scary. We can chop those down, and if we need materials.
Show just looks like perturbed, like just like, ugh, Goggenheim, like it's cold up there. Why do we want to go that way? Like has nothing to do about like the political concerns or any of that, but just like Ugh, it snows. Like, why would we do this?
Um, one last order of business. What should we do with Ranman?
Well,
Well, he was a dwarf.
I think we maybe need to find a nice beet field for him.
A nice
I don't know
beat
if he
field
ever
in the
told us
mountains of
where he was
Groggenheim.
from.
He's
All
from
dwarves
kind of
came
where
from
I was
Groggenheim.
from, out in the agricultural part of Elysium. But they grew beets. We grew wheat.
Beets and
Mortal
wheat.
enemies.
Beets, sweets, potatoes.
I mean, we.
Hardy people.
Hardy beats. God, they were hard to eat.
And me. Hardy beets, hardy beets.
Hardy beats Henry.
Are we like cramped on this turtle, or is it
Yeah,
like
you
we're
guys got plenty of
comfortable?
space. You're pretty comfortable.
Okay.
Well, you're in the water, so
Now that there's
everyone
one in the
else,
water,
though,
I feel like it's real spacious.
very spacious with just
Let's back
Yeah,
up
this one
to
in the
talk.
water.
So I think show's like Tydox, can I get the bag of holding real quick? Because I gave it back
Yeah.
to you. I'm looking for that can somebody read me that book that we got, like, remember the very first cave with the spider? The scary spider? Let's look at her book real quick and see what that had on it. And Shell, I think, digs into the bag of holding, and he kind of like throws out the book for somebody to read for him and look at like the map, essentially.
Yeah. You can't read, but the map is pretty clear. You see that it is a common map, you know. It doesn't have all the details that are put out, but you do see the circle is in the like north east, because I got my directions wrong last time. In the middle of what amounts to the ocean, and then you see farther north, or just basically southeast of where you're at right now. You see that one circled, and then you see basically right next to where you guys are at is the third one, which you can assume is probably.
So Joe taps at the map and he's like, "So we did this one, and then there's this one and this one over here. Wish Doc Nell was here. Where did he go? Also." And he's like,
He's
"This is
just
the
there.
problem with rogues. They just dip in and out of the shadows. Like, he just doesn't feel like talking to us. Now he's gone. Like, that's real convenient. I wish I could leave too. Like, and so
He's
Show is
still,
like,
just for clarity, he's still there. He's just quiet and
Not saying anything.
not saying anything.
He got knocked out when we went up through the.
Yeah.
Being outside is new for
Yeah,
him. He's been in there for
He's been gone for 5 years. This is the first time he's seen the outside world in a long time.
Yeah,
so-
he's just suntanning on the turtle's
stupefied.
back.
He fainted immediately.
Yeah.
Yeah, all that sunlight.
All that sunlight did a number to him. I'm gonna be honest.
So I think Show just is pointing at those, and then just like being like, "And you guys want to go up to here?" And he like kind of points at the map, assuming where he thinks that the Strong Jaw Mountain is.
And yeah, so it's not too far out of the way, but going right to this one that we don't have, and that goes right into the Crimson Wood and the big mountain. We were kind of hinted at the fact that there's a dragon up there, and I don't think we are ready to face a dragon.
No, and Show's like, "I'm not ready to face anything again, but I think we need a little rest. But I just want to make sure the Strong Jaw Mountain, we're not gonna get locked up and thrown in the cage again."
Well, between the reputations of myself and Ert, that's not totally off the table, I guess.
I mean, the devil you know is always better than the devil you don't, so. And I don't know much
man's
about
spitting
dragons
bars.
except this this fella right here.
Yeah, no, I think Tydox would be like, well, when you put it that way, we could go back to the nesting grounds. That we know that place.
Well, that's what I was thinking. We know those, and then we can go to these elf ones, because at least Andariel, you know, They should be okay
Has a
with
map.
this, I think. Yeah, exactly. A map.
Man.
You don't think
The
they would
dragon
be
turtle has been just spinning.
He's
basically
just
waiting
like-
for you.
That's fine. I think we're
Doing
just in
circles
that
around, doing circles around show.
Yeah. The screaming, he hasn't left the vicinity of the Crimson Woods yet. The
God.
screaming is still unbearably loud. And you realize it is from what amounts to these crows. And they are ravishing for you to get there.
Well, look, before we get eaten alive by crows, it does seem like a majority of us want to go maybe east, where it's not quite so bloody and red. So we should probably just get out of this area. Do you guys think that's okay?
I do think we should go someplace that allows us to recuperate a little bit. Maybe a little more preparation before going into the wilds again. But
Alrighty.
I will trust your judgment if you think we can make it.
No, I agree. I do think we need some rest, and then we can get some information up in Andario. Maybe help us better suited for anything we may encounter in Gragenheim.
All right. So it
And
sounds
so-
like
I'll whisper to him for our turtle friend to beckon him to go east, not west.
perfect. You see him start skidding across the water as you guys
At Mach speed.
As we
at Mach speed, basically. Yeah, it is so unbearably fast. You know, you guys are like
holding
like a
on.
speedboat. Yeah. Show, especially for you, you see that the turtle is just using its back legs because its front legs are holding on to you for dear life, so that you don't slide out of his hands. And you see him, you know, like lift up a little bit as he flies through.
Zooms through.
Yeah, his tail is zipping in the back.
Well, they see it kind of flies.
Yeah.
Kind of.
Big leaps
A
in
few
the air.
hours. It does still take a few hours to get there. You guys had arrived basically in the morning, up into the earth. You know, you had noticed as the sun had come up. If you had looked around, it is now a little bit before midday. So the sun is just tilted to the side. So as you guys approach, I assumed the nesting grounds. Otherwise, we could take it up to because that technically directly east would have been the Cherry Woods, but
I think we want to go back to that town by
Where
Okay.
Elizabeth,
Nesting
Dr. Elizabeth is.
yeah. And
I'm so glad you
someplace
guys decided to come here. You see the dragon starts to walk up on the shore.
I was ready to fight.
Very slow, coming up there. But you do notice that he walks up on the thing. Do you guys leave him at some sort of stable? He's kind of really fucking big. Now that he's fully out of the water, you guys definitely notice that he's big enough to hold 6 people pretty comfortably. So do with that information as you will, as you guys try to walk up
How
to a fucking
we're going to a town, right? I mean, how far away is the town versus like the
on the shore.
It's pretty much on the shore.
Yeah, so like you guys had left from the town, from the docks, from that same town. So like reasonably to believe that, you know,
Yeah.
it's still on the shore. He can come up from that, or if you guys want to, you know, leave from the other side.
'cause
Now,
doesn't-
certainly
we could still have it was a whistle, right?
a whistle, yeah.
So
Yeah,
you could
that's
we
how
could
whistles
like
sound.
let him you got to do that every time now, it's canon. We could just tell him to stay in the water and
That's what I
wait
was
for
thinking.
our
Yeah.
call, right?
Ghostbusters. Yeah.
What
Okay.
is can I ask the turtle, like I kinda wanna give him a couple pets and then say like, hey buddy, you got any snacks you like? Maybe we can try to wrangle you up some in town. Like maybe he
Yeah, I
likes
was thinking
apples
that.
or something.
I already gave him some blueberries.
You ask about apples. He gives you the most discreet, like, again, it's a language that you have no idea. In your hand, you hear screeches, you hear like cries as he like purrs out. you hear him say the most like, you know, bloodied, like, you know, big, like, human horse, like, you know, he's a fucking gigantic turtle, you know, and he, you know, it's like big fish, you know, something like that. Or it's probably most of his diet is that, you know, fish or bloodied meat, you know, is what he's looking for. You
He's
then
a
notice
carnivore.
you notice that his teeth are unbelievably sharp as he like smiles at you, to kind of tell you like to hint like, hey, I would chop through anything, you know. And so an apple would not do. I'll tell you that. He would be gracious for it because he is
I
now
look vegan to
indebted.
you.
That's basically what he
It's what
does.
he
You know, that's what he
I was
says.
just for some reason I was imagining. Do you know the video of the snapping turtle eating the tomatoes?
The
That's what I was
tomatoes.
thinking, and I was like, maybe an apple would be the good size.
Yeah. Imagine that, but like a full size monster.
Okay. So Shell's just like, okay, and I think he just pats him again. And he just turns
And
around.
and then I'll be like, I'll probably like walk next to Show and be like, apples probably aren't gonna do it, my friend. We're probably gonna need a lot of meat. We can throw an
Shows just
apple in
like
there.
shows just thought I didn't know turtles ate meat, but I guess that makes sense. He's kind of a big boy. He's gotta be strong. Eats his protein.
Protein.
Yeah. And so you see him, you get off his back. He has like a little, you know, easily little thing to get off him. His back is pretty much like, imagine like Torterra, the Pokemon. Like that is, you know, he's got like ground on his like back. That's the same. He's a miniature version of the gigantic turtle that you saw. So like, you know, it's not like a hard shell. It's not. It's very soft as you guys go down. And so climb off him, and then you see him slide back into the lake. And then you see him nab a gigantic fish, as he, you know, slithers down into the water. You guys amount to basically you know, he slides basically up to the dock for you guys, and so that you guys can get off onto the dock before he slides back into the water. And you guys are welcomed into the town. Um, Someone go ahead and roll me a perception if they wish to take a look around.
I'm trying to find a
It
bar.
is. I will tell you, it's midday. Something
Oh,
that you know
never mind.
is noticeable
Oh,
for
no.
pretty much everybody. There's not a lot of people around. 22 or 4.
22.
Raven,
Dang.
I think it comes to you first. You notice it's midday, and this town was pretty lively the last time that you were here. It seems as though it's pretty empty right now, for whatever reason. And it kind of, I mean, it's from, if the notion of what Jared told you before, or told the rest of you guys before, was true, you know, he said that you guys have been gone for a month. And in just a month, why would there be nobody here, you know, or seemingly nobody here?
Does it seem quiet to anybody here? I mean the sun's still out, but I guess we could check the pub, see if people are drinking.
It certainly does seem a little bit quieter than last time, but I also need to, before I hit the pub, I need to restock on some supplies that I lost. Might be a good idea for us to go our separate ways for a little bit and regroup at the pub.
Shell is like, I think Shell got like somber returning to town because he's starting to remember Ranmond and them drinking in the tavern, and Ranmond, you know, hanging out with all those guys. And I think Shell's like remembering the good times, and so I think Shell heads to the tavern or the pub where they spent the night the time before.
With your butt cheeks out.
Yeah, with our butt cheeks out, and I'm like, oh, Ramen would have wanted to come back here. He just loved this place so much.
Okay.
Yeah.
So show goes to the tavern. Does anyone
Mhm.
follow the tavern? Where'd you say you wanted to go?
I was looking for a shop, like a
Yeah, there's a
what
shop
are they called?
here.
Like a convenience store or something.
Yeah, in marketplace.
Yeah.
Um,
7-Eleven
Yeah.
specifically.
what amount? What
They have
amount?
all these like.
We have 7-Elevens there, in this fantasy land for sure. It's 11-7 actually is what is the fantasy version of what amounts to
In Roman numerals.
in
Yeah,
Roman
right.
numerals, for sure.
XXI.
Yeah,
Ye
so
old,
you
yeah.
see XIVII.
Mhm.
Someone call
He.
IXRI.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's so many of these. They pop up all over the place. Who's running them?
And then
those dwarves taking
Raven,
jabs.
Tie Dogs, and Jared. Where do you guys go?
Um, shoot.
Jared's
Yeah,
just
where do you guys
gone.
go?
Things that you guys
I'll
Jared
should-
follow
gone.
Show to the bar,
To the local
keep him
pub.
company.
Where does Jared go? Sorry.
You just look at Jerry's gone. He's off to find like a market or somewhere to restock on food.
Gotcha. So you end up leaving, and then you end up being at the exact same place that Captain Nerd is. Like one of those, like, hey, see you guys. As you guys walk to basically the same
The
area.
same place.
Yeah. Hey, man, it's good to see you. See you later. The Midwest
Actually,
goodbye.
I parked my horse over here too, so I guess I'll go with you. Then.
But hey, we don't have to talk or anything. We already said goodbye. Classic. All right, and then Tie Dogs and Raven. Where do you guys go?
I think Raven said he's going
Yeah.
to
To the bar.
To the pub.
I think would we be able to find, like, when we go to the marketplace, I need to find like a blacksmith, so there's probably something there. So I
In
think
the marketplace, there's for sure a blacksmith.
I'm gonna go with, and just for
Alright.
story standpoints, I think Dark Nell's with me because we have projects.
Yeah, projects. Perfect.
You're a
So
project.
he's really quiet and just continues to walk with you. So we'll start with we'll go with the marketplace scene first. Okay. So
And see.
you guys walk out. You guys go your own separate ways, and it's weird because you guys all kind of end up in the exact same like area. Again, what Raven said earlier, very quiet. Should be bustling. The town should be filled with people right now.
Is there still people?
There should be. What you notice instead is a lot of rabbits. For whatever reason, there's a lot of
Oh,
rabbits
flip!
Oh, here
running.
we go.
And everywhere you go, you seem to only notice rabbits just
Uh-oh.
hopping around.
Wasn't ramming.
Don't get bit, guys.
I'm
Yikes!
immune.
But you do see what amounts to an empty shop, but filled with rabbits. Just chilling.
So then Captain Erd, I think, would walk in, go with the door, claws open up. Hello, is there anybody there?
You just hear the pitter patter of hops.
Just claws out for Harambe.
And nobody comes to the door. Nobody sees you.
How,
Let's see.
out of curiosity, does this place look like kind of like dusty and run down, like nobody's been here for a little bit?
It's like a
Mm.
few weeks have gone by and nobody has taken care of anything here.
Then at that point, I'd probably turn to Tidox and be like, doesn't this seem a little strange? This town is supposed to be busy. There's rabbits all over the place, and then it's dusty, like nobody's been here for a while. I don't know what's going
yeah.
on.
I noticed that a little bit when we were getting off the turtle and shore, that usually there was a lot of people here. There, and now there's just like rabbits. There wasn't any rabbits when we were here last time, were there?
Not that I can recall, maybe a stray one, but what color are these rabbits? Can I grab one?
Oh my god! What? Fucking what? You did,
What?
did you
What?
just escalate from what color are these rabbits? I want to grab one.
Roll
Terrible.
me a
What?
You were in. You,
dexterity saving
oh,
throw.
oh,
Roll a what?
Dexterity saving throw.
Okay.
God, I doesn't want to go with Ert ever again. Ever again.
I
How
rolled
does
a
he do this?
16.
16. Okay. The the rabbit goes to jack kick you in the face with its little rabbit foot, but misses. And you grab a hold of it as it goes to kick you in the face.
And I'm grabbing it by its little scruff. It's a rabbit, size rabbit. So this thing is
It's like a regular size
naked.
rabbit, yeah.
Yeah, it's a naked mole rat compared to my paws, you know.
Yeah, very tiny in your hands.
But
It is, as you get closer to it, you see that it's all white with red eyes. Very reminiscent of another rabbit.
And I
that
was
you
like,
bought.
I look it over, I look at it. Tydox, doesn't this little guy look familiar? Remember that rabbit thing that we fought?
Tydox wants to roll a check to see if he can recall what potential phase of the moon we're in. If we were, gone for about a month exactly.
Yeah, it'd be
History?
a history check.
Oh god. That's a nat 20 for a total of 31.
What the flip?
I have 11
What?
plus that,
You
That's
begin to do
What a
calculations. You begin to do
Yeah.
calculations of the sun within the sky itself. You start to think back, and your knowledge goes into all the courses. You remember that this world has 2 moons, and oftentimes what happens is you remember back into all this astrology. You begin to know way more about this information than you were like, did I actually even really learn this stuff? It begins to fill your brain. As you recall, this place has 2 moons. It's Vecna and Verkna are its 2 moons, and one is large and close to what amounts to the Earth.
One is
The other
large
is
and one is in charge.
the other one is very small. The moon cycle in this is different. There's often a full moon pretty consistently because there's 2 moons in there in the season. You would remember that this time, if a month has truly gone by, you guys are now beginning into the second rotation of the cycle, meaning whether other things should be.
So we're in Mir then?
It's Mick. You guys are about to get into the second. It's the end of Mick, basically.
Oh, the end of Mick. Okay.
You're not all the way into the second rotation, but you see that the moon and everything. So basically, the way the moons rotate, they do like this around the Earth.
Okay.
Okay, and so because of this world, you've been here a long time. The seasons are very affected by it. You're often in our world, the moon is relates to the tides, other stuff like this. Basically, you have 4 seasons 3 times within this world. Okay, so you have you guys would be basically in the fall season, basically in the middle of the first rotation.
Okay.
Yeah, and in this, you would understand that basically once a week that there's a full moon, and you guys are dangerously close to one.
Here comes Peter Cottontail.
We're fucked. We should have went north.
Hundreds, amounts to hundreds of bunnies that you see in this area.
Okay.
I think the crows might have been a better choice, huh?
Well,
Crazy.
It's Davis.
Maybe we got a plan here. Hold on.
I got one of these guys in my hand right now.
Yeah, you do, and you showed it to me, and Tydox is like.
Tydox has that's a Raven flashback into his eye, everything goes in. The nat 20 especially hits. He just starts remembering, revealing information. He begins to see all the crazy shit that could possibly happen.
I think this is our fault. Do you remember when we had to fight the were-rabbits? It doesn't matter. We need to get what we need, and we need to get back to the others right now.
What?
Right now.
What's going on?
Put it down
Okay.
gently right now. And Tydox is now just like looking to see if we could find anything useful at the market to maybe scoop up and get the fuck out of here. I don't know what.
What are you guys looking for? I'll tell
Yeah,
you.
honestly, I don't know what he was looking for.
I was looking for like rations, like food, and then just to kind of restock on like my tinderbox, torch, water, stuff like that.
All of that
And-
stuff would be there for sure.
Mhm.
The food would not be. I mean, there might be some like non-perishables. It's been only a couple weeks, so you see some of it is like
Like
maybe not the
jerkies,
greatest
probably.
quality. Yeah, there's probably like some jerky, some like, but like some of the like cheese and some of the like, dairy or anything like that. You see, it's kind of been rotten. Some of the fruit, vegetables are now, starting to get rotten. Stuff of that nature. You see, like some preserved meats that might have stayed. Some like rice and other things that like
Yeah.
has a longer lifespan.
I'll probably just
you-
grab some of that stuff, like just like a little shopping basket. I just grab it. I mean, right? Can I do that? Just
Yeah,
basically
little
see
bag.
some of the stuff that unperishable. Just grab it. Is there? Out of curiosity. No, never mind. We're good. Gucci. Yeah, I'll probably just grab all those like little snacks and things that see if there's anything tasty. Grab my non-perishables. Anything that I think might be useful, like any like what is it, like kerosene or just
Yeah,
kind of
you
stuff like
see
that.
like bundles of hay and
Mhm.
stuff that is burnable and stuff like that for sure. And
Who got the bag
oil.
of holding right now?
I do.
Tydox has it.
I'm not gonna give it to you yet. I'm just curious, and then I'll probably just throw it in my backpack.
Okay, and then Jared and Tydox.
It's a good idea to have your backpack.
Jared's also looking for food. He's trying to see if any of the cheese is salvageable.
You see some like blue cheese that's like molded, but it's actually kind of makes it a little bit better. You see some
Yeah,
stuff.
it's supposed to be moldy. There you go. That's perfect.
Is that how you get penicillin, or is that bread?
That is how you get penicillin.
Yeah,
So, blue
doesn't it
cheese.
use like penicillin? It uses the same
Like a-
bacteria, doesn't it?
What, botulism? No, it's different.
No,
It's got some
definitely
blue
not
cheese.
botulism.
Restock
Botulism.
stock up on some herbs. Stock up some herbs and some spices.
All right, yeah, and you definitely see all that. There's some ginger, some cinnamon, definitely stuff like that that is able to get rye, stuff like that. Tydox, you do see
Tydox-
what amounts to like a blacksmith also in this little area.
That's
this
where
is like
Tydox was headed. Yeah.
yeah, this is a marketplace, and you do see that there's like shops that have basically been turned over, and now there's rabbits that are running around.
Yeah, I really don't want to leave those technically three like to just forage by themselves. So I'm trying to like hurry them along. But Tydox is making his way to the blacksmith to try to get some like scrap metals and maybe some effectively trying to make some of the bullets for Darknell, and also I need some other just materials to construct
Yeah,
something
you
else.
see enough metal in there that would amount to make basically 6 more bullets. And then you find enough like leftover, the molding, iron, stuff like that. You definitely do see some stuff in there that you can grab. You also notice there's a lot more rabbits that have now just continued to get closer and closer to you
They
guys.
multiply like rabbits.
That is a factor of rabbits that is happening.
Yeah. Why did we do this? So
That's what I'm saying.
for 6 bullets and so yeah. After that, I think just some metal and some other. If there's, I don't know if there's any place here that might have some like copper almost wiring things, but if I had some sort of steel, copper, brass, I'm gonna say that Tydox could probably work those things when we get to a forge to make what he needs.
You do see some loose ingots for sure that are like
Ingots?
steel.
Perfect.
that are steel for sure. And you find in the midst of these the classic Skyrim silver ingot that you're like, what am I gonna do with this thing? You know, in the midst of all this steel.
Whole ingot of silver.
Eat the rabbits. Eat the rabbits.
You also find 2 ores that amount to like like a gemstone.
What are they wearing? Oh, bad.
Sorry,
some sort of
my headset
gem-
cut out.
Some sort of gemstone or like an ore of like
I checked
that that like a rock that has like gems in it. You know.
Okay.
like this. Pretty colors.
Okay. Perfect. Well, after that, we're getting Leaf Folk out of here.
I think we
So-
probably managed to get our stuff pretty quickly. So I'd follow Tydox.
Yeah.
As you guys continue to go and get back to wherever you guys are going, we'll go back to the tavern. As you guys walk into the tavern, you notice that it's completely empty. Raven, this feels like a really good spot for you to just do whatever you want to do. You see an empty bar, an empty patron, and you see a sad, bar maiden, basically person, someone who, not a bar maiden, but a patron in your bar of this empty place. It feels at home for you. You see that this bar is empty. There's nobody here to serve any drinks, but we do know one who might.
So is it just it's me, Show, and then this guy at the bar?
No, it's just you and Shell.
Show's the second guy.
Oh, Show is okay. That's what I wanted to confirm.
Cheers.
You and
Yeah.
Shell.
So you read my mind. So I would see him sitting there, kind of sappy, and I would just instinctively walk up behind the bar and start making a drink. Here you go, pal. This one's on
Thanks,
me.
Raven. Thanks, Raven.
Raven would have loved to have one of these right now. I would have known it.
And Show just slings it back. And he gulps it and he's like, slams it down. And then he's just kind of like, looks around and he's just like, hey, wasn't it a lot busier here? And where's that orc bartender? Isn't this kind of weird?
A little bit, but we get free drinks out of it, so can't complain. I have, speaking of
That's a
ramen, I
good
have
point.
one of these beets that I kept from him. I'm gonna try a new cocktail out, so.
Some beet juice.
To ramen.
To ramen. Clink.
A sweet moment. As you guys are here drinking to the fallen friend of Ranman, you begin to feel uneasy. Again, it's empty and quiet. I think Raven, you have a higher perception.
Yeah,
You
I think I'm +5.
You start to smell something. You begin to like, man, that smells wrong, That doesn't smell right, Is it the drinks?
You smell something weird, Show. I don't think it's these drinks.
Yeah, there is something kind of weird. This place just doesn't seem real kept up like last time. It was always kind of a little gross, because there are a lot of orcs, but this is like real kind of gross now.
Yeah, I don't like it. Do I see anything weird behind the bar or like in the shelving behind the bar? Notice anything?
As you go to look around and see what the smell could be, you notice there's a small cellar of sorts behind the bar, probably for wine and other stuff that could be towards basically like going around, and you see that there's like what amounts to like a cellar room full of like wine and other stuff.
Is it an open door? I can see that there's like wine and stuff. All right.
Yeah.
Well,
You smell. The smell gets very pungent as it gets closer to that cellar.
it seems like it's coming from this cellar. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's just like rotten vegetables or something. But I'm gonna go and see if they have a good bottle of wine or something in here.
Okay, Raven, I'm just gonna be here. And you see, like, Show, like, reaching over the bar and, like, pulling himself out, like, a bottle of, like, whiskey for himself. I'll just be right here. You holler if you need anything.
Are you sure you don't want to come help out? Might do good to get your mind off things.
Okay, if you insist. But Show, like, takes the bottle of whiskey with him as he, like, climbs over the counter.
As you should.
As you guys walk down the ladder to this, it's a very dark, and the smell continues to reek and reek and reek. And as you get closer, you hear the sounds of flies flying around.
Oh, gross.
And in that moment of gross, you notice the corpse of the bartender, the orc man, who looks to be flayed from the inside, and it amounts to a horrifying scene as you walk down there.
Sure.
Show just takes a big long drag of the whiskey and passes it to Raven. He's like, well, I guess that's why nobody was keeping the bar. And then I think he just grabs Raven and he takes off back up to, like, out of the cellar.
I'm not even drinking the whiskey. I'm just smelling it to get the smell.
Smelling
out.
it, burning the nostrils.
And I don't think Show wants to investigate. I think Show's already tired. He's like, just fuck this. Like.
So you guys close the cellar from what could be underneath.
I think Show, like, kind of grabs Raven and pulls him out, and he slams the door. And then I think Show's, like, taken out of the bar completely. Yeah. Like, he's like, I've been framed for murder once. I'm not gonna get framed again. I'm like, let's just go.
And maybe around that time, we see him coming out.
And I would take the opportunity to go back and grab a few more bottles before leaving.
He's still ran. Yeah.
Perfect.
Ransack.
He's like, I don't want these to go to waste.
Yeah, it's good booze.
Yeah.
It's good.
Perfectly good alcohol.
Yeah. So yeah, you guys all run back into each other, and you guys walk out as the rest of the crew begins to try to walk into the bar. You guys are welcomed by Show running out.
Is it just Show? Because Raven's not out here yet.
I'll be
think
behind
Raven's
by like
still
a minute, maybe.
Raven
Steps.
coming
Okay.
behind just a little bit.
Show, I think, just like probably, you know, like in the cliche, like, you know, horror movie thing, just like runs straight into you guys, probably like actually hitting you guys and being like, oh my god, the orc bartender, oh my god, he is just being flayed open. We gotta get out of here. I don't know what's going on, but everybody's gone.
Show. Calm down. Yes, we know, and I think I know what happened. Where's Raven? We need to go.
I just bust out the door in a timely fashion.
It's a little box, cardboard box.
I'm ready, guys. Hey, where's that bag of holding you got?
I'm like, God, okay.
Just
put,
like throw
put
like
in that thing.
20 bottles.
Jesus Christ. Let me note that before. Okay.
We'll say 15 to 20 bottles
Of that good
pretty
stuff.
good. If you roll an investigation, I'll tell you
Okay.
on a scale of 1 to 10 how good of a thing, because you are going fast a little bit, you know. And
Yeah. I only got an 8.
An 8.
Oh.
We'll say, you know, you got some good stuff. A lot of it's kind of trash, but you got it. We'll say out of the 15 bottles, we'll call it that, you got about 3 that were pretty pristine, good, top shelf things that have kind of slipped over and they were like easy to grab. About 12 that were like, you know, they're good. They'll drink, you know.
3 for me, 12 for you.
Yeah.
The rest of you. Just kidding.
Okay.
All right.
Well, so after we throw it in there, I figured out why we have so many rabbits here, and long story short, that is directly our fault. We need to find that we need to find that infirmary to see if there's anybody that is still alive and see if we could get with them and get them out of here. And I think we start heading in that direction unless anybody has any questions. But Tydox is like
Darren's still on the
rushing
market.
us.
He sees all you guys going. He's like, "Where are you guys going?"
You know, to be fair, I don't think Tydox would have cared. So Darknell's with me, and I got Urt. And if you want to do that, you feel free.
Jared, you do
He'll
see
over
them.
you guys.
You see them quite heavily running towards what looks to be a clinic. As the cleric of you're more of like an office guy, but more familiar with medicine, and people would often come to the church for healing as well. So some of your other supplies might be there too that you're looking for.
I'll join along. He doesn't know what happened here.
Yeah. As
Not
you
sure he
guys,
wants to figure out what happened here.
yeah, as you guys walk into the clinic, you are welcomed with again the fresh air of dead corpse from your last visit. You remember that there was a lot of people who were just getting bodies. As you get there, you see more and more bodies than you remember have been piled up, almost to the ceiling. Last time that you guys were here, it was like, a big triage unit. I compared it to classic ER, thing where it's just like a line of bodies, and the classic World War II scene in a movie where there's not enough beds for all these people, so a lot of people are just like on a mat on the floor, and you've now basically shown up, and all of these people are what amounts to being dead.
They're dead, Jim.
Do we see? What was the check
Also, the smell is unbelievable as you walk in.
Dr. Elizabeth! I think she'll just starts with yelling out.
Yeah. You at first don't hear anything. If you want to kind of investigate further to see, what's going on. I mean, you guys kind of keyed together what's been happening here, but if you want to find any clues of anything, you'll need to roll an investigation or something. One of you at least.
She'll
looking for
probably...
Oh, go ahead.
Oh, I said I think just she'll probably wouldn't do that. Not just he just wouldn't yell. I think so. You guys can investigate that.
I think after seeing how Tydox everyone's I'll probably lean over to Tydox and be like, should we even really be in here, Tydox?
I don't think he. I don't know if Tydox would have noticed because he's trying to find Elizabeth or anybody that's alive.
What?
So
I forgot.
So Tydox, roll an investigation.
So, yeah, our investigation is so hard. I got a 21 with investigation.
Good. You find all three people that you're looking for.
Three. What?
As you're looking around,
He didn't even know he was looking for 3.
you notice the first thing. Remember the girl that you had saved?
I do.
You see a body that appears to be hers. As you go in there, you see a blood trail that drags further and further and further into what amounts to a closet. And you see the blood trail ends within the closet. And then I say 3 people, 3 things is what you see. Those 2, and then the last one. You see all of Elizabeth's stuff still there.
In the closet?
Well, in the room that you're in. So the 3 things that you notice the girl that you saved from Mayor Wilhelm. You see what amounts to her body, can conceivably be. You see a blood trail that leads to a closet, and you see the third things, which is Dr. Elizabeth's stuff is basically there still.
Well,
So, we. I think. All right, come over. We need to get. Be ready, but we need to get into this closet. Do we think it's locked, or do I look at it and see anything that would potentially be a trap?
Nothing would be a trap for sure, but you do imagine that it looks like it's locked from the inside. But there's a lock on the outside. You know, it looks like
Because this is where the
someone-
blood trail went in, right?
Yeah, yeah.
And then so if that's the case, I'm following. At this point, I'd be like, I'll probably draw my sword actually.
Raven.
Okay.
Raven.
Yeah.
One hand.
Check
No
check for
shield.
anything useful through the. Sorry. Check for anything useful in her notes. She had to have known what was going on here as well.
All right, I'll see what I can find. Start flipping through the
Right.
pages.
I send,
Yeah.
I send him
Roll
to the desk.
an investigation as well. Raven.
9.
9.
9 plus.
It technically hit my mouse pad. I couldn't re-roll. No.
9.
I
you're scrolling
9
through
plus
it.
0, by the way. That's my
You,
investigation.
you are an elf, so you can read the language that she's writing in. So I'll give you at least some information.
Oh, I can read elf.
You're rolling
Not-
through basically
doing
and
that.
seeing, you know,
I need
basically
you by
her
the door.
journey. You know, like bodies continue to pile up. There, you know, all of these people from the Faroe Flatlands. This continues to go over and over and over, and you know, one of the last things you come to basically is it says, "Rabbits everywhere. Please God help." Or please God's help.
Yeah, Tydox, you said you were worried about rabbits, right?
Yeah.
She
Well-
very explicitly says help about rabbits, so I think your fears are very much to be believed.
That's. Oh God, we've done something terrible.
Yeah.
So
I think
I
you
try
better
to-
start talking.
be ready.
What are we in for?
I'll have my.
Be ready, and I'm gonna knock on the door to the closet and ask, Dr. Elizabeth, Dr. Elizabeth, are you still alive?
You hear a noise, but it does not sound like audible words.
I'll probably say Tydox, let me.
As Tydox and are like discussing this, I feel like I'm like turning to Jared and being like, "How much do you know about were rabbits?" Just being like, 'cause I don't think Jared has any idea what is going on.
I do want to see. I want to see if Jared can piece it together. I want to roll investigation of my own.
Yeah, you can roll an investigation or history.
Let's see. Let's see
and-
if we can figure it out.
I'll tell you 2 different things based off of whatever you roll.
Oh, it's a nat 20. He knows everything. He
You
knows.
you walk into this clinic.
You actually
and
encountered
you
Randman on one of
see
those nights.
Every
Oh God.
ounce and detail of this, it makes perfect sense. You're like, I've done studies of this. I've seen different, phenomenons of were creatures. You know that were rabbits are one of the worst infestations because of how often they breed, how many of them that they spawn, and once that they're corrupted, basically it's like an instant thing. Like Wicked said earlier, it's true. Like they breed like rabbits. It's a common thing that that if there was maybe like 100 people in this town, that there's probably 7, 8, maybe 900 rabbits just lying around somewhere.
Would you say he also knows exactly why this happened now, or at least who might be responsible?
He's-
Yeah.
God, what have you guys done?
well, it wasn't technically us
We
per se.
didn't really do that much. Randman though,
Oh,
he was a popular young man. That's all I should really say.
oh God, the paperwork.
Oh my
Wouldn't it be
God.
parchment work?
Yeah.
It doesn't just work. A lot of work. God, that's we gotta do something. We gotta get out of here.
What time of day is it at this point?
It's only been a couple hours, so it's probably like,
Probably like what, 3, 4 o'clock?
yeah, like mid-afternoon. Not quite evening, but
Excellent.
the night is coming soon.
Because the
tell you
night
that.
shall be the
Excellent,
night
excellent.
I will run from you.
Jesus.
Bunnies again.
We took this nice little town that was very helpful and we obliterated it.
We really have. Well,
So
That's
I
good
I don't know
reaction.
if we should even open this. It doesn't seem like can anybody try to communicate with this being
Yeah,
in
okay.
this closet?
It looks like it is. You can probably unlock it, but
Oh,
it
yeah,
does
no, I'm
look
gonna
like it's
open it.
locked from the
No.
inside.
If you try to unlock it, Tydox is like, no.
Captain
Don't
Earth,
open it.
'cause we haven't tried the handle yet, right?
No, you haven't tried that.
No.
All right. Well, then what Captain Earth's gonna do? He's gonna have a sword ready and like a reverse grip just in case, and he's gonna try. First of all, he's gonna try just opening the door.
I hate Captain
Roll a sleight of hand.
Okay. What are you gonna say?
I think Shell at this point in time, he comes up to Captain Ert and he puts his hand on his shoulder and he's like, "Now, Captain, I'm not any sort of person to lecture on just diving right into things, but
Literally.
there's been some mischief. I think we can acknowledge there's some mischief going on, right? So let's talk with the Magic Man. And Magic Man, how do we treat the rabbits before we open the door? That's gonna
We
probably
can-
unleash the rabbits."
He's just trying to figure. He's like, I gotta tell the church this. We gotta get some backup in here. It's like, oh, what? Yeah. Oh, they're stuck. They're done. There's no saving them.
No saving
There's
them.
no saving them.
We just
But-
light the whole town on fire. You think? What are we thinking here?
I'm pretty good
Well,
at it.
I think we can maybe.
Captain Earth's
Yeah.
hand is on the door the whole time while you guys are talking.
You tell Raven to Molotov some stuff. He's the best Molotov cock killer I've ever seen. He will light this place up. So you just need to tell us what to do.
The problem is we need to get A, we need to kill all of them, or B, we need to not open this door and just leave.
Is
Yeah,
leaving
I-
an
if we
option
get-
because I'm very much a fan of that.
If we get
know
them
what's
all in
behind
an
the
area
door.
and try to kill all of them, it's hey, based on my educated guesses, I'm gonna say it was probably Elizabeth that's behind this door, but it doesn't seem, unless anybody has a way to try to communicate or figure out what's behind the door, I don't think we're gonna know for sure unless we open it, and then we probably have to put Elizabeth down.
Yeah, unless you can kill several hundred rabbits in the next few hours, I say we get out of here and leave it to the hands of the proper authorities.
I know.
Tydox
wait.
is gonna go,
I know it's not in me, but I have it on me. Can I do anything with the magical eye to try to figure out if there's anything behind the door, or is it
yeah,
pretty much useless, not inside me?
you would remember that for sure. You could see.
All right, I want to
Um,
try to see if I can like finagle with it to see if I can, find out what's behind the door.
Yeah. Will you roll a perception with advantage or an investigation with advantage?
I'm gonna do perception because my investigation sucks, and I got a 14.
With the
Advantage?
eye, it's not
Yeah, with
in your,
advantage.
it's not it's not in your body, so you can't see, but you do see it reacting in such a way that you notice that there's something behind the door, and it may be worth it to open up, but the eye is basically showing you it could be either way. It's either worth it because you're gonna have to kill whatever's behind it,
Yes.
but it's definitely reacting to whatever it is.
That's what I want.
Well,
Very
the Raymond's little eye thing. It's kind of finagling around, and there might be something behind this door. I don't think it was doing that around the other rabbits, so, you know, maybe it's not a rabbit?
He's
By the way, I did roll a 15 on my sleight of hand.
Or it's the biggest, baddest rabbit. Oh, so you opened the door anyways?
Right.
With a slide
I
of
While you guys are talking, I'm just slowly creaking the
Tydox
door
is
open.
going back to the desk. Tydox is like, he's fucking okay.
the
I'm gonna go
door
try to investigate what I can.
is locked with a 15 still, but you notice the way you turn it, you notice that it jiggles back and forth, and you hear something in the back, move, or then you hear a thud of something coming back, and the door is locked. You hear it unlock on the other side.
Tydox still goes back to the desk to try to see if he can gather up any of the research.
I'm gonna have my sword at the ready, but I'm gonna slowly open the door, I think, since it's already unlocked.
Okay. And as you open the door, you find Dr. Elizabeth bleeding intensely. You see that she has done some sort of makeshift surgery on herself and is very weak at this point, basically. And you see that she can't really talk. Her throat is gashed, but you see that it's stitched up a little bit, and it has some sort of thing. If you want to roll a medicine check, I will let you know if she's alive or not.
I would definitely run up to Elizabeth immediately to see if she's okay. So I guess,
Yeah.
I would see if she's okay. I got a 15 again. Oh,
Yeah.
plus 16.
11 or higher, she's alive. So she is alive, barely breathing. But you do notice that she is weakly was the one that opened the door.
So then I would immediately yell back to everyone and say, guys, it's Elizabeth. She's here and okay. And then I would actually probably sheath my sword again, pick her up, and then come because she's in the closet, right?
Yeah.
And when she's coming out, she's coming out. And then so I'll
Can I put out my gun?
and, and so I'll bring out Elizabeth, and I'll probably see if we can. I'll probably ask Jared or Raven to see if they can help out with anything.
Can I?
The paladin is like, can you do anything?
I mean, look.
Yep.
I would. I mean, I do have a bandage kit that I could use on her. I don't
You
know.
also have lay on hands and.
Hey, whoa, no metagaming. He'll get there. He'll find it. He might.
Yeah, but I
maybe.
want to save it.
The next-
just in
I
case.
got a lot of spell
Fine.
slots. Does Cure Wounds help us in this situation?
So it's like
Man.
there's a magic, man.
Man.
Joe was like, take him to just fucking give her some booze. She'll be fine.
But like Kettner, like she's obviously already done field surgery on herself. I don't think she needs your shitty first aid kit.
That's
to
what
help
I'm saying. Let's get him to the magic man.
man.
That's why I asked to see if they could help.
When, please,
I mean,
oh god, read
my
lay
level
on
2 spell
hands.
slots are.
Read it.
What's laying hands do?
I could spend a level 3 spell slot because my level 2 spell slots are taken, but I'm not sure.
What does it say if you give her 5?
Yeah, but we don't know if she's diseased or not.
God damn it!
Yeah, exactly. But how am I supposed to know if she's diseased or bedridden? Let's just see. She got like some big old stitches in her neck. Let's get her up, and then we'll go after that. And then I'll use some lay on hands.
I would say with a 16 medicine, it is high enough. Again, 11 or higher, I was gonna say she's dead, but with a 16,
was gonna say
you
she's dead.
pass the next one. She's alive. It is reasonable to assume that she has probably contracted some sort of disease or curse, because Randman was also scratched by this thing, and you remember that this is how this whole endeavor started.
Yeah, we fucked.
is
That's
that
what we did.
Ranman was diseased when he
Oh,
came to his
Captain, don't be so stingy. Just help her out. Holy cow.
I've got to do everything around here. And then I'll use 5 points of lay on hands to cure if she has any diseases to get them. Would it help to actually heal her too? I don't. Is that
Well,
too metagaming, or I
depending.
don't know if that.
You
So
can
with-
cure multiple disease and neutralize multiple explosion with a single lay on hands, expending hit points separately for each one. Oh, okay. So is it like 5 points equals one thing, or
yeah.
each like you can do 5 to cure
No.
5 different things?
5 cures basically like one thing.
Okay.
It cures like either poison or whatever. You use 5 to cure whatever they have.
So, but he can spend like you can spend 10
He just has
To
cure
heal her for
things?
5 points. No, I could do 5 points to cure any disease or neutralize anything that she has,
Oh,
and I could do
gotcha.
another 5 to heal her.
Or 5 points, yeah.
Oh, okay.
For 5 points, yeah.
Yeah.
Which so in this case, I'm gonna do
For
5 points.
metagaming, she looks like she is alive.
Mhm.
What would amount to the same as being downed in combat.
I don't know.
So,
Using
meaning that
another
she's
5 would
not
help her.
rolling death saving throws,
No.
but she is stable.
I think you just try to hit her with the 5 and then we use
That's what I was thinking. Yeah.
someone else to cure. Yeah. We just need to I
We
don't
need
know
to get out of
if
here.
Raven has anything that can cure a disease.
I can
level 5?
do poison, deafen, paralyze, and blind.
But it's safe to say that she got whatever everybody else got, and we want to try to save her from being a bunny or potentially turning into something that's gonna fuck us up. So,
Okay. Does she look stable enough that we can move her now? Now that
Yeah.
we've
With the 5, you do see that some of the markings that were there have kind of cleared up a little bit. She is still done, field surgery to herself, but she is stable at this point. Yeah.
So then, if that's the case, I'll have her in my arms with using lay on hands while she's in my arms, curing anything that she may have, and I'll probably reach out to the group. Guys, before we do anything crazy, we should probably get out of this place. I agree with with you guys. It might be time to go. I might have overstepped opening the door in the first place.
Shell walks over to Raven. He's just like, should we just light it all on fire right now as we leave? Just a little, espionage right here.
I mean, I'll hit every building as we leave this town if you want.
oh my god.
There's 15 bottles of alcohol that could very well work.
And 12 that I do not need.
Technically, you only need one to start it. But...
Yeah.
Well, just if you want to hit 12
there's more
different
than one
targets.
building.
Hey, fire
One for every
spreads.
building.
Is there anyone that can give her some aid so that we could talk with her before we just run out of here?
I mean, I can here. But...
Like I said, I have a ton of spell slots, so I can do a cure wounds if that helps.
Oh yeah, hit her with something, because I don't have a ton of spells.
I'll leave it up to Maddie whether it would need to be a 1, 2, or 3 level.
It's whatever. She is to get her to 4
She's-
health for sure would be a level 3, but she's
Just to get her
she's
moving.
stable. She's
Just to
basically
get
at
her moving.
0. Yeah,
Yeah, just a
you-
one.
We
you'd
just
be
need her
able-
conscious. We just
To
need
get
her
her
conscious.
conscience would be a 1. To get her to be able to walk with assistance would be a 2, and to get her fully up and going would be like a 3.
All right, then I'm going to do a 2, which is rye whiskey. So
More generous than I was gonna get.
You pour a rye whiskey into her unconscious mouth.
The burning
Like a
alcohol
real-
wakes her up.
Frat bro.
I'm sorry, this is so funny. How in my head I went, but you pour alcohol into her unconscious mouth, and the burning of the rye whiskey wakes her up,
Oh, that would burn her throat.
and
Imagine.
burns
Yeah.
her throat, when it burns the lash that was into her throat that I mentioned before, on the inside, you see that it heals. Actually, it burns so much that it makes a scarring, but it like cauterizes the wound basically from her. You see her stomach as it goes down into her, which was also pretty fucked up that she kind of stitched back together. You see that it is now scarred over, um, and you see her cough and spit up blood as she wakes.
And she wakes to my beautiful lizard face.
And she goes,
Oh, the first ship of the season, in Elizabeth, this is it.
Guys, I think it's
They
working. She's waking
stare
up.
deeply into each other's eyes, and she's like, "My hero, you saved me!" And then she fucking hits you in the face. After you fucking prevent this, then pour whiskey down my throat.
she's like, how am I not dead? And she looks up at you, Ert.
I'll roll for charisma. Let me charm this. I'll
If
put
you
a
want to
spell on
seduce her-
you.
you want to seduce her at this moment for sure. Roll a.
No,
Yeah, I was like, he
it's
said
good.
it. And,
I-
no.
I was
You're
kidding.
doing it.
Alright, fine, I'll
You're
do
doing
it.
it. Get those
A straight
Romance.
charisma roll, and I will tell you
get
what
them
happens.
lizard lips going.
Finally.
15.
Oh,
15.
Got
Wow.
Razor up.
You describe your Riz, okay? You describe. Let me set the scene again. An
You're like, eh?
unconscious woman, okay, has just gotten poured rye whiskey down her throat. Magically, it scars as it burns her throat that is severed. Her chest that she did field operations wounds on to survive. You're holding her in your hands as you cure a disease that she had. And you wakes up and she says, "How am I not dead?" Boom. You're seen.
And scene. All right. And then with her in my loving embrace. Hey,
He's
how
got
are ya?
nervous. He made himself nervous.
I'm a lizard dragon. I don't got Riz. I'm a dragon. I got teeth.
You smile at her.
Just
You do this
Wait,
weird,
just-
awkward little like
And smile, like all these
weird
teeth.
dance. She coughs blood into your mouth.
tail starts
And
wagging. Like,
Oh
Just,
no.
she coughs blood like into your face. Basically, I said in your mouth, on your face. She smiles and says, "By the gods, I guess I'm not meant to be in the elven kingdom of heaven. Hello." Ert,
That's right. That's right. You're meant to be in my loving arms.
fucking
somehow this is not the worst thing that I've ever seen.
Finally, we gain a romance arc.
Heck yeah, brother. Don't worry, I'll practice my Riz. He caught me off guard. I lizard Riz. My Liz. Call me Lizzo.
Liz.
He just,
Wow.
he just spit all this stuff at her, and she's like in and out of consciousness. She's like, "You can probably put me down now."
I just
No.
whispered
But
to
look
her.
at his loving
I,
arms that he's
I
taken
know.
off 14 times.
I whispered
Oh
to
my-
her. I have a drink that can put you back to sleep if you'd like.
We'll see how the rest of this goes.
Doctor, we need to get out of here. What research do we need? Where did you put your notes? Tydox is like frantic now.
He just is like, she's like, I thought I was dead, so man, just grab whatever you want. I don't care. I'm He's like, fuck it, dude.
Tydox is like, damn it! So he's just gonna
fucking
take
grab
like
that
fucking
shit over
scoop
there.
some
You
shit
know?
wherever she like looked. It's on the
Yeah,
desk.
She just like
He's taking
weakly
it.
points over to the side, like she's like, I don't give a fuck, basically, about any of this. I should be dead right now. I was in that closet for 3 weeks.
3. Oh my god.
She's
Yeah.
That's
starving. She's like barely able
She
to move.
survived.
Did okay, so Tydox gets something.
Gets a little something something.
I'm
Yeah,
just Tydox is trying. Tydox is trying as a man of science, kind of, and also knows that we've already been framed for a murder. We don't need to go down in history as fucking up this town. So
Yeah.
let's get something
She
that's
has,
like
she
I
has-
don't know.
She has no idea that this is you guys, by the way.
Perfect.
There's no
we
like
need those-
indication that she's blaming you. She's like, I don't know what the fuck happened here. Rabbits everywhere is basically
We
what
need,
she's like.
yeah. We
you
need
know?
her paperwork that's like, hey, this is weird. Not, hey, these fuckers bred rabbits. We're rabbits.
There's
We get it,
hundred.
we get it
You
here.
pull out her notebook that Raven was looking at that he couldn't really understand, and you see that she has made notes on days like previous to this. That's just like it's weird. I've seen like 1 or 2 rabbits here. I don't normally see rabbits here, and this time of year. And then she's like, "Wow, those 2 rabbits that I saw. I think now there's like 10." And then it's the next page is like, this town is now becoming overrun with rabbits. We have a weird rabbit infestation. And then the next one is like, God, please kill me now. Like
Yeah.
all of the rabbits. Those are the basically the week of, the notes that you get.
And
We'll say
then
that you got her
get-
research, you got
Yeah.
a medical kit, and
Oh.
like that's all the stuff that's on her thing is a healer's kit and her notebook, basically the 2 most important things.
Perfect. Even better. We Doctor, can you walk?
If he puts me down, I could probably do something. Maybe a little bit.
You know what? Never mind. Let's go. You got her. We're leaving. He's just like, you know what? On second thought, hold her.
And then-
We're getting out of here.
And then Captain Urt proceeds to put Miss Elizabeth down on the ground gently,
She like
away from his loving
Bless it.
embrace.
She like stops for a second as someone who has been like sitting down for like 3 weeks. She's like immediately collapses a little bit and then is like, oh, my legs. Oh god.
My legs!
And then she like, shakily, she like looks over. She's like a woman of, charge. She like grabs a cane from the ground and just like a fucking, just like a staff, some sort of broom or something, She fucking grabs it and she just starts like shakily just like walking as she like starts to get the feeling of her legs back. Do you guys walk out of the clinic at this point?
I think so. You got the
Oh, yeah.
notebooks, right? Yeah.
Tydox is like hustling us out.
Yeah.
We gotta get. Do we?
Yeah.
Raven, do we burn it down?
Do it.
Jared, if you wish to make a full report, feel free. But I feel like the best course of action might be to take some preventative measures.
Turn around.
Yeah. Yes. It's probably for the best.
Okay.
So yeah, the situation is already terribly out of control.
Let the cleanse.
Yeah,
begin.
Raven's like sending it.
All right.
Okay.
So, you guys begin to burn down this fucking town of rabbits, and you see the rabbits squealing as they transform into that cockatrice monster that I showed you guys before. You see that they
My
slowly
cockatrice sand.
burn, and you hear the squeals and screams as you guys do the cool adventure movie thing where you guys are just like, all right,
Just throw the Molotov right behind. Just like, just
throwing
explodes. Some
fucking
random
explosions in the back as you guys are just walking cool out of there. It's like a fucking, put the sunglasses on. You're like,
Little
fucking,
Django Unchained.
yeah.
Ugh.
And yeah, the Who plays in the background. Fucking Creedence, Clearwater Band, Bad Company. As you guys, which direction are you guys going? Where are you guys going at this point?
We're
Back to the dock, probably.
back to the
right?
turtle. Oh yeah, to the turtle.
Okay, sweet.
Like my God.
You guys are on the back of the turtle comes up and looks at the fire that is approaching all of the.
Turtle's like,
Yeah.
what the
Also, well, before, could we have? Can we scoop any up?
Rats, I was thinking that. Can we eat them?
we
For the
we probably
turtle?
shouldn't, but the
Yeah.
turtle want to eat them.
Wanna wear turtle rabbit? That just seems like bad business.
That seems like a
Imagine
boss
that
fight
we-
waiting to happen.
As you
Yeah, I
guys
wanna
see,
do
the dock, it's there's burning cockatrice monsters that are like running around the were rabbit monsters that are flying out on fire as they're like scooping up and transforming. As you guys jump on the back of it, one of them comes to you guys as you guys are on the back of the turtle, and you see your dragon turtle companion just fucking eat that thing. Yeah, eat it all in one bite. Swallow it.
Hey, get it out! Spit it out!
It's dirty.
It's not good for you.
Don't say no. I'm like, good boy.
I mean, to be fair, it's
Show-
cauterized.
Yeah, Show fucking he's yelling at him, so he like looks sad and like your dog where he's like
We'll get you something better to eat. I don't think
No,
that's good for you, buddy.
he fucking throws it up, the cockatrice monster comes out fully alive because he ate it thing. He looks at him and just fucking slides off, just like, I'm fucking out of here, dude. What the fuck?
Wow.
All right, you guys are back in the Lake of Tranquility on the back of this turtle.
Show, he just gives up at that point. He's like, well, that was my idea. You guys take it from here. It's not good. So, you know what? I give up. I'm just going to go hang out with my buddy over here. And he's just hanging out with the turtle.
And Catbird's like, and that's why they. Yeah.
That's how they call me. So fucked. Okay.
I was like, all right, well, I told you I got a good place, the Strong Jaw Mountain, that we can all hang out to actually rest.
I mean, you
That
can't
again.
do
Do you think there's a library in Strong Jaw Mountain?
For
The
curiosity, were the screams of the burning rabbits louder or quieter than the Crimson Woods?
the fucking crows. Oh.
Probably quieter. Those
Oh,
days.
okay.
That's definitely seen. I'm telling you, you guys do whatever you want to do. There's options all over the place.
Look, I
Well,
like where your head's
one
at.
less option.
I like
One
where your
less
head's
option
at.
now.
Yeah, exactly.
There-
One less.
There is one less option. Do not go back to that place. I mean, you can certainly, but
You can't.
you guys fucked that place up. I'm gonna be honest. Good job.
Jared is starting on the report already. He's just
Just checking all these boxes. No, no, no. Does not play well with others. No. Does
Yeah,
Other to
your
themselves.
assessment. This will reflect on your assessments, your quarterly assessment.
Your quarterly assessment is so funny. So do you guys want to go to the north? Do you guys want to go to the east?
Just to
and
clarify,
go
we
back
could
to-
use this like stream by the nesting grounds to go
Yeah.
around and
You guys
get
can certainly come
over to.
this
Heaven's
way as
Descent.
well too. Like
That's
through here.
crazy.
I mean, if we wanted,
That's
we
crazy.
could.
Imagine doing the right thing. That's crazy. It's not an RMO.
You guys can
just a
certainly
point,
leave.
you don't have to go to the library place. Also, there's like Andario, which was the capital of the Elven place. There's, I just don't know. Like, I just don't really know why. Like, realistically, why we would go back to Strangjaw Mountain? Because like, weren't you guys kicked out of? I mean, like, I just don't really like.
I was not kicked out.
Go back to enemy territory doesn't seem like the best like play, but I don't really.
That's
I don't
what
know
one
your
of the-
lore. I don't know your lore, so I was
Well,
just me.
it's a good time to talk about it as you guys are all up on the thing of like, hey, what are your goals and aspirations? What are your plans? What do you guys even want to do? Like, yes, there is the magic artifacts of things to find. We talked about it before. Are you guys looking for maybe a way out, or are you guys looking to continue the mission? You know where two of them are roughly. One is in
Mount
Darkgnaw
Ignis.
has said it. One is maybe in Mount Ignis, theoretically, as far as
Yeah.
Tydox is concerned. But
Golden ball.
you do know from Dark Null, he gave you the name of two things that he found that he was figured out. Heaven's Ascent and Amon Ra's Rise. The name of those two specifically.
Where's Amon
Now,
Ra's rise at?
Oh God.
is
In
the-
Aura.
Bottom
Hada
right.
hada.
So, you guys do know of two locations if that's the mission that you guys want to go on. There's also other people within this party that have other things that they are needing, and it's a good time to kind of like, we fucked that shit up.
Yeah,
Maybe we sit and
we
talk
did
about
not
this,
do well.
Maybe we actually formulate a plan and strategize a little bit. I'm not telling you guys how to play because, like I said before, whatever you guys end up doing is where the story's gonna go. With that all in that information, role play as you will on the top of the back of this dragon turtle with the burning village behind you.
And scene.
And scene.
Well, was that our first war crime?
No, I'm sure I've done a lot, actually.
Don't count me in that.
I mean, was this worse than burning down the mansion?
Oh, that
Another
was
what?
just a little bit of arson at the mansion. This was a bit bigger, I think.
I'm sorry, what else did you burn down?
Oh, don't worry, we'll get there. And on a need-to-know basis.
I think we did you a favor with that
What-
one.
Yeah. Why? Again, you're just here to assess us and make sure we make it and get all these things. Did
Oh,
the
also, so you don't cause any problem. So you're sure you didn't burn anything else down, right? No more problems?
ki- with all due
That-
respect,
'cause I-
sir, we may or may not have just burnt down a town and tied up our loose ends. We are currently sitting on the back of a
Elizabeth?
turtle,
What?
and if you would like to ask questions that we don't like to answer, you may not have a spot on this turtle.
Right. And
Try
I
not to
don't
get a
want
little
to file
dark
a
right there.
second. And I don't want to do a second report, so we're just gonna leave it at that. Unless you bring it up
Now.
again.
No. No.
What I want to know is, how did you find us so easily?
Oh, High Priest Joseph, he knows. He's always watching you.
It
He
seems
knows
like
when
if
you're
you
sleeping.
can.
He knows when you're awake.
It seems like if you're moving around this much and this fast, and he can send resources wherever, then what does he need us for?
Well, these tasks I'm sure you've experienced so far, they're not just anyone can accomplish this. They need someone of a certain aptitude. I don't know if you guys are that, but at least Captain Ert at least is a very renowned captain. Well, before the incident.
Shows rolls his eyes.
A very trustworthy and handsome captain.
As he looked at Elizabeth, who's still staring with us.
Elizabeth is just like sitting there, just like she's like, the equivalent of like, I need a cigarette, but is just like sitting, like just fucking tweaking, just sitting there, like looking down at. She's watching the fire just burn, her entire livelihood, her whole like business,
Which
just
she hated.
That's
Keep in
good.
mind, she was not a fan. However,
But it's not, these relics, they're important, but they're not worth throwing soldiers away at.
But they're worth
He
our
still has a
lives.
kingdom to defend.
So you came out of nowhere, you found us inside of a turtle, and you gave Captain Earth a compliment.
Sus!
even Brett, all that's a bit suspicious.
He's a narc.
Then
But he is a seasoned veteran, regardless of his other qualities.
All right. Well, what do you bring to the table? What use do we have for you?
Well, if you kill me, if you get rid of me, High Priest Joseph will be very upset. But also, I can provide alms. I can provide aid to you. I can provide healing to you.
What about
Why didn't you heal this lady then when we were doing a few things?
Joe's just
Well-
like, ah.
I used all my healing. My
Oh,
healing is very precious.
You're out of healing? Oh, well, that's...
Mostly spent. I might
That's
have
a
a little
different
left.
story.
I think you
I
got
can
a little
squeeze a little
left.
here. I can
I think
squeeze a
you
little healing
I
out.
think you only healed Dark No that one time, so I don't really know about you.
Dark
I-
Knot's
I-
just sitting in the in the corner, dude, just like,
I'm just like, ugh.
fuck this place, dude.
I healed you
Just
the
doing
fight before the shadow of the little clone people. I healed you then.
Okay, you got a point. You got a point.
That's two. I could eke out a third heal. But you know that these
What's in
things
it
are
for
important.
you,
These things
though?
are precious.
What's-
Well,
Because the because we, actually the four of us, have a spell that I'm not sure the others are aware, but it's abyssal in nature from Yosef. You
What
also
is?
have such a spell.
yes. Well, I didn't initially, but then because some people were stuck inside of a magical island for 2 months, you know, I was given I was also given the same spell to encourage me a little bit.
So if we do decide to fail, then you're coming down with us.
But you died too. You died. You
Well.
earned this too.
That's fair.
So what
Yes.
what loyalty do you have to this Yosef? Why is he so important to you?
I work for him. I've served him for over a decade.
And how has he treated you?
Church. Well, he's treated me. He may not have remembered my name, but he's paid me well.
It just seems like
Maybe
a long
not.
time to serve someone and then they don't trust you enough to not put that same spell on you.
The recent events have strained the relationship a little, but I believe he has the best interest of the kingdom and the church at heart.
Well, I've talked to a lot of different people in Boz who say different things, have different dreams, aspirations. What are your dreams or aspirations?
I just want to get home.
God.
I don't like this.
Respectable.
I miss the city. I wore these robes. I shouldn't. I've never been outside the city very much. All this dirt and this mud, and I haven't showered I haven't bathed in days.
There's water right there. You can go bathe. What do you mean? That's
Yeah.
on you, buddy.
Joe's like, don't you know what water does?
This water's cold.
It's refreshing.
I want to just use what is it, move water or whatever, the shape water, to just like throw a cube of water just at him to like splash him.
Yeah.
Just be like, whoosh. Well, there you go. You got a shower.
Oh,
Show, who probably has never taken a shower, you know, is just sitting there, just like sweaty and just like,
Yeah, it's like you get a bucket and a rag, and that's about it.
that's it.
or so you've heard.
Well,
Well, none of us got those nice luxuries. You do get to be in the castle all high mighty. Some of us had to go be running around, running y'all's errands. So, you know, maybe you should think about getting in the water a little bit. Get your feet wet. You're gonna be fine.
Just looking at the water. He'll dip his hand in it. Feel the current.
well,
Feels okay.
it seems like you're kind of in a similar predicament to us. You know, none of us knew each other before this. we all kind of got thrown in with this spell and in this quest. So you're gonna have to earn the trust, but feel a little better better about you knowing you're not.
I'm in the same situation. I'm just
super
like
loyal.
you. I'm just like you. You know, with your ragtag outfit and your outdoorsmanship, I'm sure I can learn to adapt to it.
I don't know. You're the captain of this ragtag bunch, I guess. What do you think? Should we keep him around?
We don't have to trust them, but we can keep them around. You know what they say: keep your friends close, but your enemies closer. But while you guys have been talking, I've been thinking. Obviously, we all need a rest, and we have an idea of where 2 possible relics are at. Ondario is the closest place to us that I know will have some information for us. We hit up Ondario. From there, we can see what we can gather. Maybe it'll help us with our ascent to heaven. Ouch. And then
I'm mad that took
And
me a
then-
couple seconds to get.
I'm mad that he said it out loud and now we gotta
Recorded
change that
on
name.
YouTube now. We're gonna
and
edit.
then when we
No, it's staying in.
after we get a nice long rest in Dario, we can hit up Heaven's Ascent, and then depending on what we find, we can go and then Amon's Rise, and from there we might maybe even have 2 of those relics, and may give us more information on some of these other relics as well.
You know, dude, what do these relics, do? Do you know what they do?
Well, they do very. All I've been told is that they are artifacts of immense power.
Immense power. You know,
Can I?
I gotta. Oh, go ahead. Tie dots if you want to roll.
Well, I want to roll a history check to see. Well, actually, no. Can I roll an insight to see if I can tell if he's being truthful or not? Sexy. So we've got, oh god, 18
Oh, okay.
plus 6 math.
24.
Lot.
Imagine doing math like that. That's crazy. Personally, I
Jared, to the best of your knowledge, would you say you're telling the truth?
Yeah. As far as he knows, he he was just told to watch over them, so he wasn't told much about the relics.
Yeah, and it's been a long time. We've almost been playing for a whole year. For those who don't remember, the relics you were told basically were to put a warding like thing around Elysium so that the prince that became king can grow up, basically. That has enough time so that he can grow up. So it's basically, you can assume that all of these items basically have something to do with keeping the kingdom safe, as far as you know.
He wants to build a wall.
It's to build a wall. I just think it's like kind of strange though that he's just putting, these bombs into people's hearts so they explode. Like, I mean, did you do something wrong, or is High Priest Joseph just running rogue around, just putting things in people?
Well, as far as the church is concerned, you guys did something very wrong.
But I'm talking about you. You said you worked for him for 10 years, so.
Well, not being able to find you guys for a while was it did not please the church.
Not please the church. The church wants this, and the kingdom wants that, and all these things.
Maybe I asked for a little. Maybe I filed for a few too many expenses on the journey here.
A little too many expenses. Now that's what I wanted to hear. Maybe a little bit of embezzlement. moving some money around. Because I just don't know if they would just put, bombs in people's hearts otherwise. Seems a little crazy, doesn't it? I mean, but I was just thinking, you seem like you're a man who likes money. I've noticed, you want to be well fed and well clothed and things like that. So, I mean, why do we even, collecting these things and bringing them back to this people when maybe we just go and maybe we try to give them to maybe other people, you know? Two of these things, this might be something that maybe Mycelium might want or Groggenheim might want. And, why do we gotta do this for these people?
Look, I want to live a good life, but I don't want to betray my country over it.
Hmm. Your country, this country, I don't really think any of it is really ours. I mean, I think it's, the king's country and the prince's country. I think we're just little bugs who are just crawling around. Well, I guess if you want to do that, Captain, we can go to Andario.
Does anybody have any objections to the plan or have any additional insights?
So if we went to Andario, that would essentially be in some form of going across land, right? What?
We can. Are you acting this in character or?
No. So what I want to know if there's any way that we can find out, or if we know whether or not the turtle is good at traveling like over ocean waters.
Oh, I see. Cause
Like whether we can go around like through the coral high
I can
tides
just ask
with him. Yeah, that's basically.
Okay.
Hey,
well, if that's the case, I would. Oh yeah.
Hey,
Sorry. Go ahead.
Ert, land hasn't done too well for us lately. Case in point that the fire in the distance. Can you see how well this turtle can swim? If we wanted to go more out in the ocean.
Yeah, I'll ask him, and I'll lean down to Jerry and be like, I'll talk to him in.
Do not name that turtle that.
And I'll lean down to him and I'll ask him.
He did not consider.
You lean down and say,
Jerry the
Jerry.
dragon. That makes sense.
No,
Jerry the dragon
no.
turtle. It's like it
No.
flows right.
No.
Jerry.
No.
and I'll ask him in his dwarven language to see. Yeah, he speaks dwarf.
Draconic, you dumb bitch.
Oh yeah, draconic.
You originally
Big
start talking
difference.
to it in
On
dwarf.
YouTube.
It looks at
Do
you
it.
completely dumbfounded. It has no idea what you're saying. It's like, and then you start talking in draconic, and it's like, oh, okay, what?
I'm a dragon.
He's just a crazy
like,
person.
He's like, yeah, I can. Why would I not be able to swim in the ocean? Basically, is what he tells you.
I was thinking he might be like, I don't know. This is the farthest I've ever been from home.
Yeah, that is exactly what he says. He says, I've never left the inside of my mom's belly.
Aw.
This is the furthest I've ever seen. This is the only part of the world that I've ever even looked at. I have no idea what I'm doing, where I'm going, or what there is.
And then
Everyone
that's when we
else-
dance out.
Everyone else
no.
hears
We are.
screeches and barks and like cries, and it sounds kind of painful in your ears. Or you hear this dragon basically be like, I don't know, man, like I've never left the inside of my mom's belly, so I'm figuring this out with myself.
And then I'll look back to the crew. Yeah, he says he's good.
Sure.
Looks back. Oh yeah.
All right, it's good. It's fine. It's fine. We're chill.
Can I motion to have the turtle's name be Ert from now on, and Ert's name be Cherry?
What about? Why don't we call him Jert? I think that's perfect.
No.
It's Junior Ert. Jert.
Because Ert and Jert does not sound
Ert and
good.
Jert is perfect.
Bert. Maybe
All right.
All right, if that's
Her
what he
name is
said.
not Jerry or Dirt.
Well, if you think he can swim, then maybe we avoid land and head through the coral high tides.
Sounds like a good plan too. The last time you guys were at the Coral High Tides, you guys got abducted by Sahuagin and pirates and a giant octopus. Just so you remember the events
Yeah, but we have
of the first episode.
we have Jert now, so we're good.
We're twice as many levels as we were.
He's making a
Maybe
stick.
he can take us out near the Coral High Tides so we can get back to Billy Bones and those guys who do owe us kind of stuff.
Those guys suck.
There's a lot of tinkering that I need to do, and I don't know how much time we have before I need to complete this.
I mean,
Uh,
Billy Jones is a cool guy, so why not?
And that reminds me, Sho, you remember those rings that I gave you with the, can I look at them if you don't mind?
She'll pulls off the rings and gives them back to Tydox.
Tydox is looking at them, and it's so the spells that were in them were absorb elements and create and destroy water, and he tries to use the create and destroy water, and it does nothing.
You see the rings fall apart.
Just complete broken.
Yeah.
I know exactly what to call the dragon.
Oh my god.
Dirt. Dragon turtle. Dirt.
So,
No.
So you see Tydox. We're gonna ignore that. So you see Tydox try to use the rings that he gave you when you were burned, and as a gift to, have for you. You see that as soon as he tries to use them, that they break and they fall apart.
I didn't break them, I swear.
No, that's my failure. I'm so sorry. It was meant to be a gift, but that's something that I haven't quite figured out yet. Another reason why we should probably get to a place that has some type of shop that I can work on, because
It's
a lot
okay,
of
buddy.
a lot of these things haven't held up the way I wanted them to, and we keep putting stuff in this here bag, but I don't know how long that's gonna hold up either. I've already had to make some adjustments and sacrifices to make sure that we have the things we need. As he kind of rubs his shoulder again.
Okay, so I think that means one vote from Tydox. Tydox's priority is to fix his stuff. Jared is a Fed, and he wants to do whatever Captain Joseph or High Priest Joseph said, so he wants to go to Andario too. Ert's also a Fed, so he also wants to go to Andario. Even though for a second there he wanted to go to Strong Mountain, I picked up the wrong vibe. I'm sorry. Just ignore what I said about maybe selling everything to Goggenheim. Raven, what do you want to do?
Well, I mean, we got plenty to drink, so I don't need to go anywhere to get a drink. But I think we have a turtle and we don't have a boat. And right now I don't know how we get to Andario without going through burning towns. And I don't know. I like adventure by the sea, so that's my vote.
Then it's decided. Onward, Squirt to Andario. I'll show you the way.
I bet if we take Darknell here over to Billy Bones, maybe he'll be able to rekindle something in him. He's been quiet for a real long time.
Sho grabs the dragon by the face very intensely, and he's like, "Do not let think that he can name you after him. Do you see he just tried to squeeze in that squirt? Right Ignore it. He's not your father. He's not your father, okay? Just ignore this. Don't let him name him after you.
He says, you hear him yell, and then Ert hears him say, I will be Squirt from now on.
No.
My,
It's
my. Joe, you have no idea what he says. Joe's like, he understands. He definitely sees it.
I knew as soon as he said squirt, I was like, fuck! 'Cause I was
He says, my father has named me, and I shall be Squirt.
I love it.
Small Ert.
See, I'm playing 4D chess, so that's why I knew my name was Captain Mert from the very beginning, so I could name.
All this time.
I was waiting for it. I knew.
The
Deep down,
manipulator.
Sweet.
Shell, you see him nod in approval at what you said to him, knowing Ert was the only one that knows what his name is. He knows that he's accepted Squirt as his name from now on. So just so I know, point of order, you guys have decided to go towards the Coral High Tides.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm trying to reconnect with Billy Bob. Billy Jones.
Do we know? I know obviously there was the town that we were just at. Are there like any other towns or cities like along the way? Because I think we still like, or is there like only really these major cities and that's like it? Like,
So everything that you see on there is major kingdoms.
Mhm.
There are certainly towns and cities that are not on the map itself that you have no idea that you don't see or anything on the map. There are certainly could be, there was a random, where you fought Mayor Wilhelm. There was a city.
Yeah.
I probably don't
We're
want
not
to
going
go
to that
back
one.
to there.
We don't want to do that.
But as you guys are like going, there could be certainly rivers and water. Certainly is how most of civilization piles up together to
Yeah. Well, and then we'd most likely our first chance we get would stop at one of these river or I guess ocean towns. That's
Yeah,
my
your
guess, right?
microphone's really.
I was gonna say.
Um,
Oh, God.
I think maybe this show just is thinking, well, maybe we make
No, that's
our way
good.
along the coast, and maybe we can find a town for us to rest. Maybe we don't need to get all the way to Andariel, and then that way, maybe we have a time to make this guy, and he pats the turtle, like a saddle or something for us to hang out on the top of it, especially if we're going in the ocean.
That's what I was thinking. I think my mic cut out.
I could not hear you. I'm sorry.
I think I just had to bite it.
I think we should get to Billy Bones because having gone through the high tides last time and being attacked by all those things, I don't know how well we would fare if we are on the back of a turtle that has to stay above water while it gets attacked.
Yeah, I just don't know. I mean, do we? Or I guess we'll just see if Billy Bones is there. But I think like Billy Bones is also from Elysium. It's not like we can go back to Elysium. We've been kicked out.
Yep.
So I just think there's a chance that we might not find Billy Bob Bones.
Yeah. Billy
Or
Bones.
Billy Bones Jones.
Oh, there's a
Billy
there's a
Bob Thornton Jones
high
Bones.
probability that fucker just left us because he's a fucking
there's
pirate
a
anyway.
high
No,
probability that-
we're just gonna say that's that's the plan because the guy owes us a fucking carriage, but it's fine.
He took that carriage.
He took all of our shit, but it's cool.
He took that shit. That's his. He's gone. You're like, he's a pirate. Remember that he was a pirate.
Yeah, I know he was.
He was a dirty captain. It was not a. It was not a fun fight. Okay, so you guys go along the coast. Okay, and
I got that coast to
sail
coast.
to the Coral High Tides. And as you get to the Coral High Tides, you notice that there are no ships. There's nothing there. The city that you see on the left, I mean, you remember the Broodmother's Cave that you guys had found your first magical artifact. where you slayed the broodmother, killed the Drider as well, and
Get that sword,
gained
though.
that. On your
One of the only
right,
places we didn't light on fire.
yes.
Yeah, we should have
Maybe
changed
we
that.
should go back.
That's what I'm saying. Great minds think alike.
We lit her
Double-
on fire with sunlight, though, I think.
double tap.
Shit, we
You
did, we
you
did.
light her on fire.
It's alright,
We,
I'm
Damn.
we like to do that.
Friend.
On the right,
Earth.
as you guys are, sailing through the Coral High Tides, you do remember Elysium. It's your small little moment of, like, hey, there's our kingdom. It's over on that side-ish.
Flip that place.
So,
We also
all your
didn't-
friends and
Maybe we should.
family and everybody that you grew up with who still lives there. Yes, remember that. Remember, they all still there. Wonder what's going on there.
Horrible things could happen if we don't get the relics.
I'll tell you what, there's not a bunny infestation over there. That's for
I'm
damn
saying.
sure.
And as you guys continue through the Coral High Tides, you start to notice a few ships begin to come alongside you, waving a different flag.
Oh, flip.
And that is where we'll end the session. Thank you guys for joining us for session 11. We're looking forward to playing with you guys again in 2 weeks. And hopefully we'll have everybody here as our group makes their way to Andra, or wherever happens.
Ontario.
Ondario. I messed up because it's a hard Elven word. My
Whistle.
bad. But that's it. Say goodbye, everyone. Thank you guys for joining us.
Bye. Thank you.
Bye, everyone.
Later.